That's it. The end of 2022. That's weird. Looked at my mouth, and my mouth was doing something that I like. What I can see there is not the same as what I can hear here. There's a lag. That's weird. That's freaky, but not as freaky as the rest of 2022. So here we are. It's the end of the year. Now, I've spent this whole year saying that I believe that, well, for a start of 2022, I believe was cursed for me in particular. Some of the things the world knows about, some of the things it don't. It's like, but there has been so much that's gone on in the year. Let's take, for example, the thieving of my Facebook account that I'd had for 15 years. That changed my world as I knew it. I had to start from scratch. I had to find the friends that I remembered. Then I made a whole load of new friends. But it was like I was always grieving for this life that I had for 15 years. I spend my days in the house. I am a hermit. I'm not a socialising kind of gal. And a bit Eric Morecambe then. But I'm not a socialising type of person. Used to be, just not anymore. And so, like Facebook is my lifeline. Social media is my lifeline. That's my friends live in the computer. Most of my friends live in the computer. And it was taken away, and that was devastating. Obviously, not seeing laid eyes on my grandkids. Oh yeah. But I was allowed to see a photograph of two of them on Christmas Day. So there's positive. I'm going into 2023 positive there, but that's not something that I want to talk about publicly because it's all a bit silly. Anyways, but yeah, so like there are other things that I've got wrong, but that is a biggie that we can focus on. Now, I do have that account back, but I've not gone back on there. I keep it, and I'll tag it occasionally from a new account, and I go in there and look at my memories, but I'm not really using it. It feels tainted, like I went through all of the messages that this hacker had sent to my friends, and there were some women out there with some cracking boobs, but they're not me, basically. These were people like me, but this geezer's sending out fucking nudes, saying that they're my nudes, and then asking for money to pay my rent. He's trying to sell bloody puppies in my name, and it's like, nobody's getting these puppies. They go for free, but only to a good owner. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's been a nightmare of a year. But so I'd always said, like, if I come, the shit that's going on with my family, like, is the worst, obviously. But like I said, I'm not gonna. It's not public consumption type job. But if I can get through that, like I have spent time in my own head, this year, working out what would happen if I killed myself. How would things work for the kids? And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's old enough now for me to not need it to be there. And then it's like, like I've been at my lowest, but no. I'm like, no, you're not taking me down. I do is throw it at me. So I feel like the universe has gone 2022. Let's chuck everything at her that we possibly fucking can. And if she survives this, she will go into 2023 knowing she can survive fucking anything, and she'll know no fear. That's what I feel like 2022, what the universe has done to me. And here I am, and I've survived the fucking lot. Even though there were times when I questioned my ability to be able to do so, I did so. And I did so with the help of some amazing people. Now, I do have to take a moment to give uber thanks to the supernatural famalam, because whilst some of the worst things that have ever happened to me this year, some of the best did too. And like, I got to meet my best mate Laura, who I've been mates with since pre-2020 online. She lives way down South Brighton and I live in Leicester, and it's like, we're neither people of means, And then we just decided, we found out there was such a thing as a supernatural convention. Or, oh look, it's only fucking fools, like little fools that we were. Oh look, it's only 100 and some odd pound. We can do that. silly naive fools that we were. Wiped us fucking both out. Literally, it's like, aha, that's just for the ticket, my darling. And then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and I'm in the wrong job. I know I'm not in a job, but whoever's in that job, it must be fucking making it in, mate. Anyway, it was absolutely amazing, and I've met some friends that I'm going to take on with me for life. Like, these people are so amazing, such salt of the earth people, completely the opposite from me, obviously. Not that I'm not salt of the earth, I mean, you know, like in that, like they're the people that I'm after protecting. Do you know what I mean? Normal folk, everyday folk, jumps in arms, that kind of fandango. And obviously, I don't know, so I'm like, mate, I want justice for these people because of what's gone on that I'm not going to mention, because we can't talk about it in here, because I'm on a strike until February. My account is on a warning, so if anything I say gets taken down, oh fuck, a little bit late, disclaimer, if I do say anything say about the destruction of the NHS and the excess death statistics, then I'm not, it's my opinions. It's my opinions, please don't shoot me. It's an opinion channel. It's called So Says Cares, not So Reports Cares. Or Cares digs into facts and puts facts out there, which would be a really lengthy title. But yeah, so it's like, I had this whole experience, and I bumped into star of stage and screen, Stephen Mulhern, even when I'm surrounded by these American fitties, but you had to pay to see them. Stephen Mulhern was absolutely free. Yay! And I was dressed like Velma Dinkley from Scooby-Doo at the time that I met him, as you fucking do. This is stuff, never done anything like it in my life. Probably will never, well, no, I will do something, you know, like, it's one of the things that, again, has changed me. So many things that have happened this year have changed me as a human being for the better. Even the bad stuff has changed me for the better. Now, we found ourselves at the end of the year, just to pop into a bit of celebrity gossip, because I was just talking to my son. So obviously we're ending the year on Andrew Tate, and he is wiping out all of everybody else's sins. Let's call him Jesus at this point. It's like, we've got Piers Morgan, we've got Jeremy Clarkson, Amber Heard. Remember her stepping on a beat? Literally, all of the bastards of 2022 have just had their sins washed away by Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg. Like, poof. Everybody else, all of the other wankers of the year, but there's so much that has gone on there. Fuck knows what's going to happen in 2023, but we need to be coming together. Now, I'm just going to, as I'm wishing everybody a happy new year in 2023, there is going to be a storm of shit, especially come March, when a certain trial comes to conclusion and numbers are tallied up going forward. Shit's going to come. Shit has to hit the fan. It has to, in at least March. Well, they'll probably cover it up for a while, allegedly. You know, like, we probably won't hear from it for a while. There's still, whilst it's coming out in the media, this has all been a bag of lies. They're still in the media. Fear everything. Ooh, you know, it's your fault. It's your fault if the NHS is burdened and all this. No, it's not. And I'm going to paint up there again, and I'm going to do it with both my fingers, because it's these guys. And these guys need taking down. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I've developed this fascination with hippos. So if you're my friend on Facebook, you will be wondering what the fucking hell I'm going on with the hippos. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about what's going on in here for those who were like, why the fucking hell is she talking about? I even went on Google yesterday, found a picture. I typed in armoured hippos, found a picture of an armoured hippo. That's my new Facebook profile picture. Because I've just developed this fixation on hippos, which I can't really say where it came from. I'm just like, right, we need to ride into battle to overthrow the patriarchy. And yeah, that's where it comes from. And I'm thinking, like, what's the most frightening animal that I can think of that we can, because it's like, you can ride into battle with horses, but as soon as somebody shoots a horse, it's dead. Do you know what I mean? Hippos, however, you've really got to fucking shoot a hippo to get, it's armoured. It's armoured, full stop, right? There ain't a lot that can kill a hippo, as far as I know. I've not really researched hippos. This took a strange turn, didn't it? But I'm like, but hippos, I find, because I've spent time in bed at night going, why hippos, Carrie Ann? Why? What is the hippo thing? What is you what's going on? But I am genuinely petrified of hippos. I love hippos. I think they're absolutely fucking gorgeous. But they're an unknown quantity. They're killing machines, right? And at Halloween, I follow this, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm going to say Cheyenne, I don't know, Mountain Zoo in America. Watched a little giraffe Wednesday, bless her little heart, get born. So I follow Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. And they've got a baby hippo called Omo. But like, I don't know whether it was them, but I saw a video after Halloween of hippos being thrown humongous fucking pumpkins, and literally and this gigantic fucking beast of a pumpkin is just, that they're killing machines. Now there's other things to do with hippos, like I saw the other week a news article in Africa, a little toddler boy walking down the side of a river, hippo come out, swallowed him fucking whole. Absolutely fucking terrifying. I've seen what they do to pumpkins, what they can do to a little baby boy. Anyway, some passing hero, they don't all wear capes, pelted this hippo with rocks, spat up this little toddler boy, survived, I should imagine, with a good few broken bones, but he survived the ordeal with his hippo. So the hippos have been a recurring theme. But I'm like, because I think they're cute, but I'd never dare pet one. I don't even know if you can pet a hippo, but I find them fascinating because they are so fucking powerful and dangerous. And I'm like, mate, armoured hippos, that's the way to go. So it's become a sort of, it's stuck in my head. Is like, right, we've got to saddle up the hippos, ride into battle and overthrow the patriarchy. So if you see me going on about hippos, it's because I'm petrified of them in an awe-inspired kind of way. But we need to be riding into battle. So stop me and buy one, because we need to be discussing this. I read an article today from a paramedic saying he watched this man take his unresponsive wife into A&E because he waited so long for an ambulance. He was desperate and he took her in there himself because the NHS is crumbling. Now, we were told protect the NHS, save lives, and we were told that to do that. Now, this ain't medical misinformation. This is exactly what happened. We were told by people standing behind podiums that if we stayed in our houses, if we wore masks, and if we sanitised the fuck out of every fucking living thing, and we stood 6 foot away from each other and we got vaccinated, that we would protect the NHS and we would save lives. And the exact same people who told us to do that have destroyed the NHS and are killing people. People are dying that do not need to die. Professor Chris Whitty today said, that like literally the excess deaths. Now, of course, the excess deaths is down to people not being given medication that could have saved them from these heart attacks. So obviously, nobody's going to point to the obvious culprit, the elephant in the room, and neither am I, because I want my channel to stay, please, because 2023 is the year we saddle up the hippos. But they're having to say that there are excess deaths. They are having to come out with that. 2023 will see more of that because the excess deaths are going up, and we only have to see the celebrities that we've lost in 2022, because the celebrities are the ones that we get to see. We don't get to see Joe Bob down the street getting taken away in an ambulance, but we do when they're celebrities. So it's like getting now where it's like I turn on MSN in the morning, who's died now? Like now, it's like you don't even have to wait until the morning to find out who's dead. You're getting them through the day. Pele, Vivienne Westwood, and now these are old people. I ain't saying that it's out to do with that, but I'm just saying that a lot of people are dying really, really, really quick, and it's heartbreaking, and it will go further unless we saddle up the hippos, and to saddle up the hippos, we need to sit and discuss stuff with each other, brainstorm. Just think of loving ways to make the world about love and care. Because when we start looking from this and take it away from money, which is the way everything at the minute is done for money, and the money all siphons up there to a few greedy individuals. Once we start operating from a place of love that works for the benefit of all, they'll still get paid, mate. It just won't. There'll be 1 billion in the bank instead of 3, and that is it. It sits in a bank. That money that can only ever equate to 2 things, earthly resources and manpower, is being stagnant. So those earthly resources and that manpower are doing nothing to benefit anybody, because the money that it equates to is sitting in somebody's bank. The earthly resources in there, the people to do things with those the talent, the gifts and abilities, the mental acuity to make this world run perfectly are all there. The only reason it doesn't run for our benefit is because they keep the money. They say that all of these things have to be equated to a number system that they created, that they keep for themselves. Just share it between everybody. We can do it. We make the world run under their orders. When we're actually running it under a common sense system, rather than what can they make extra for themselves off the back of us. Once we're running it logically, it's going to be amazing, and it will fucking happen. This, like I keep saying, is the perfect time to be discussing this, because everybody's being fucked over at the minute. Everybody's on strike. Train drivers, postal workers, ambulance people, doctors and nurses. The people who work at Shelter the Homeless charity. People are striking because it doesn't work for anybody's benefit other than these people. And I use the people in the loosest possible term. So let's make 2023 the year we saddle up the hippos and just sit around smashing pumpkins together and working out a better way between us that we can do this. Because it will, once we start shining our light, they won't have any dark corners to keep running into. And that's what we need to do. We need to turn the switch from darkness to light, from greed to, what's the opposite of greed? Giving. Like, just from, I don't want to use hate as an opposite of love, but we need to basically switch the love light on, because they are breeding us in our image, and we only had to look at the bastards wrestling with little children for a fucking bottle of rank liquid that tastes fucking disgusting and just quenches a fucking thirst when they've all got taps. Fucking fully grown adults wrestling little fucking children. That's what we've become. We've become people who fucking fight in supermarkets for toilet rolls. We've got it wrong because they have bred us in their image, and that is what we know no different. Because the people in fucking the media, the journalists, are telling us what they're told to tell us, and it's lies. It's bullshit. The world works for the benefit of the few at the expense of the many, and the many are currently suffering and dying in unprecedented numbers. It's the perfect time to take off the blinkers and say, do you know what? She's fucking right. And then we can discuss it, and we can start to put it better, and we can live in a world where people are allowed to have an opinion if other people disagree with it. We're not just, no, I don't like that, you have to be shut up at whatever cost. Everything's wrong. Not everything, obviously, but a lot of things are wrong all at one go. We're in a semi-critical mass situation. It'll either, when it gets too far, it might be too late for us to sit and discuss this. There are some intelligent minds on this planet, and those intelligent minds, a good portion of them are being dumbed down and told to tell other people lies. And because whether you're intelligent or not, we're all bred to be fearful of stepping out of line, of being different from the norm, the new normal. It's like, no, let's make the new normal where we love each other, where we work as a team, and tell them that they can have what they've already got, but just scooch along. It's our turn now. Who's with me? Happy 2023. Bye-bye 2022. And I love you all. And I know I'm annoying, but these things have to be said, right? We have to do this, right? So let's do it together. Love you all. Happy New Year. Bye.